India, with the largest customer base, the largest share of data and voice traffic, and a world-class next-generation broadband network that covers the length and the breadth of our country.
Jio was the lifeline for millions of people when COVID struck, allowing them to work from home, study from home, and shop from home. Jio's subscriber base has swelled to over 426 million from under 388 million a year ago, making it the first operator outside of China to cross the 400 million subscriber mark. Jio has also successfully tested with Qualcomm its indigenously developed 5G solution.
Growing up, I remember how the arrival of each new technology improved the lives of my family. Today, people in India no longer have to wait for technology to come to you. A whole new generation of technologies are happening here first. At the same time, smartphones and affordable data have made it possible for 1 billion Indians to come online. Reliance, and Jio in particular, deserves a good deal of credit for this progress.
Jio launched and scaled up multiple digital platforms like JioMart, JioMeet, JioHaptic, and Jio UPI during the year. Jio carries 1 billion gigabyte worth of data every month, a testament to its size and growth in the recent years and how it's ensured seamless connectivity even during these tough times. It was not just Jio. The pandemic could not slacken the pace of growth at Reliance Retail as the expansion continued at a sweltering pace. Reliance Retail added nearly 14,000 square feet or 4 new stores a day in the year to take its tally to 33.8 million square feet and its store count to 12,700. This rapid pace of expansion has helped create more than 65,000 new jobs, and the loyal customer base has swelled to 156 million.
In the last 5 years, our revenues in the retail business have grown 8 times and our profit 11 times. This positions us well in the years ahead to continue to deliver on our promise of exponential growth.
The breakneck brick-and-mortar expansion also continued online. JioMart Kirana can reach 33 major cities and its product assortment trebled. Jio saw its business grow threefold. And that's not all. Reliance Retail also seeded growth in emerging segments like the billion-dollar e-pharma market by acquiring a majority stake in NetMeds. Besides Reliance Retail is also emerging
with their support that Corona Hara or Hum Jeete.
For a conglomerate that employs more than 2.5 lakh people, vaccinating all employees and their families was a priority, and Reliance ensured everyone got their jabs free of cost and without any hassle.
I found Reliance's vaccine process very seamless, having received the first dose myself, and now my family can get it as well, and I feel that's a great initiative by the company.
When vaccination for 18 to 45 age group had opened up in May, everybody was finding it very difficult to book slots, but I got it very easily through Jio Health Hub app.
Our access to vaccinations was made extremely comfortable and very easy rather by the Reliance hospital.
I would also like to thank healthcare workers as well as the HR department of our company who made sure to take our health updates every morning.
Vaccination aside, Reliance has promised to pay salaries for 5 years to the family of any employee who succumbs to COVID. Reliance would also take on the responsibility of children's education till graduation and cover 100% of the family's hospitalization expenses. It is also committed to pay 10 lakh rupees to the family of the aggrieved in case of an off-roll employee.
This is not just business for us. It is our duty, our dharma, our seva to the nation.
For Reliance, the last financial year has been remarkable. With its promise to deleverage kept, challenges overcome, responsibilities to the nation fulfilled, and the foundation for its future laid. And the best, as its chairman says, for the country and the company lies ahead.
Good afternoon. I extend a warm welcome to all of you to the 44th Annual General Meeting post-IPO of Reliance Industries Limited. I hope you are staying safe and taking good care of yourselves and your near and dear ones. In the current situation, virtual meetings have become the new normal. This virtual meeting provides an opportunity to connect with our shareholders residing in different parts of the country and overseas. Like last year, we created awareness on virtual AGM, e-voting and AGM related matters. In order to get maximum participation, emails and messages were sent to the shareholders explaining the process to vote as well as participate in the meeting. Thank you for connecting with the chatbot on WhatsApp on AGM related queries. I would now like to address few matters relating to shareholders. Firstly, on remote e-voting. As you are aware, remote e-voting facility was open from 19th June 2021 till 23rd June 2021. In case you have not cast your vote, please vote through InstaPoll after it is announced at this meeting. The icon for e-voting appears on the meeting page and will be enabled after voting is announced. Let us now see a simple video explaining this process of InstaPoll. That's really very simple. Why don't we see it once again, please? Can it be played once again, please? I'm sure that was quite helpful. I would request all the shareholders to update their emails and SMS mobile numbers so as to ensure that communication with the shareholders is through emails and SMSs. Please also update your bank account details so that the company can send your dividend warrants and dividend electronically. Response to speaker registration was once again very encouraging this year. I thank all the shareholders for this high level of engagement. Like last year, this meeting will see several shareholders from outside Mumbai speaking at the AGM. Shareholders participating in the AGM can also post their comments and queries on the chat box during the question answer session. I would like to remind the holders of partly paid equity shares who have not paid their first call to make payment of first call through RWAP portal of KFin Technologies. Please note that the second call of rupees 628.50 will be payable on the partly paid up equity shares from November 15, 2021 to November 29, 2021. Take care and stay safe at your locations while we now move to Jamnagar. Thank you.
Our efforts of the last 1 year would have made our founding chairman, Shri Dhirubhai Ambani, proud, because the one common unifying thread that runs through everything we have ever done at Reliance is the spirit of care and empathy. We care for our employees and their families. We care for our customers, our shareholders, and our partners. We care for the country and the community. We care for the planet and the people. This is what the true Reliance spirit was, is, and will always be. I now invite Isha, Akash, and Neeta to tell us about our COVID missions of Reliance and the wonderful work done by all our colleagues.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Isha Ambani.
And I am Akash Ambani.
Last AGM, we were hopeful that by this time, this year, the pandemic would be behind us. And yet, this is the second time that we're meeting virtually. These have no doubt been very difficult times. But we've come together as a country, as a society, and as one Reliance family to rise above them.
Despite the challenges we have faced, when we look back at the year, we feel humbled and inspired that each and every person in our Reliance family went out of their way to help one another, much beyond the call of duty.
And we know that had our grandfather been with us today, he would be proud. This is the Reliance he always wanted to see. One where each person did their very best to help those in need and to be of service to our communities and our country. Many of our Reliance family members have fought this battle from the front lines. Our retail store workers, telecom engineers, doctors, nurses, hospital staff. We have the deepest gratitude and highest admiration for each and every one of them.
They ensured our nation's fuel supplies are intact, digital connectivity is unaffected, and daily essential needs of millions of people are met safely. We are indebted to them for their service to our country, for their service to humanity.
And I'd like to share with you a couple of stories to highlight what some of our colleagues have done in this time. One of our geo-engineers, Mr. Dave, trekked 12 kilometers at 13,000 feet altitude in 10 feet of snow, can you imagine, through a totally non-motorable road to restore digital connectivity in the Spiti Valley.
When the cyclone hit Mumbai earlier this year, some of our geo and retail stores faced indefinite power cuts. Our store manager, Rupesh, and so many others kept the stores running on minimum power consumption to ensure uninterrupted supplies to their customers.
And many of our very own frontline warriors contracted COVID themselves in the course of their duty. But their selfless courage has inspired us every moment of this fight. For over a year, Ricky Bindra, head of our corporate services, had been tirelessly organizing daily meals for the needy, setting up tie-ups for beds, medications, ventilators, oxygen, ambulances, and all of the vaccinations for our entire Reliance family. Last month, Ricky and his family were diagnosed COVID positive. Ricky himself was in the ICU for 30 days, completely paralyzed for 20 days, on a ventilator for 10 days. By the grace of God, he is okay and on the road to rehab and recovery. A salute to Ricky and countless other members of our Reliance family who have placed their country first, community next, family third, and self last in this hour of need. They are our real-life superheroes.
Thanks to their spirited efforts, millions of our fellow Indians have continued to work from home, shop from home, learn
to
from
deliver
home, and consult doctors from the safety of their homes in these tough times. Our colleagues personify the DNA of Reliance to care, unite, integrate, and empower.
Truly, Akash. And to tell us more about Reliance family's unified and tireless response to this crisis, let us now welcome the founder chairperson of the Reliance Foundation, our dearest mother, Mrs. Neeta Ambani.
Thank you, Isha and Akash. Esteemed shareholders, Namaskar. I hope that all of you and your loved ones are well and safe. The COVID-19 pandemic is a humanitarian crisis. It has tested the very spirit of humanity. But even in the darkest hour, our spirit has shone bright. We as a people have come together and fought this battle with immense empathy and compassion. Reliance Foundation, over the last 11 years, has always stood shoulder to shoulder with the people of India in every challenge, big or small. Through good and bad times, we have tried to make a difference to the lives of 45 million Indians across the country. In the remotest villages and towns of India, we have found and created stories of hope, of change, of transformation. And so last year, when humanity was struck with the worst crisis in over 100 years, we did our best to help. in whichever way we could and did so urgently. While our top priority this year was COVID relief, we ensured that we continued all our other developmental work as well. We remained committed to our vision for education and sport for all. Within days of the outbreak, our 14 schools turned into digital schools. They became safe havens of positivity and learning for thousands of students who embraced virtual schooling with unimaginable enthusiasm. We have also worked very hard through these challenging times to bring our dream project, the Geo Institute, to life. Geo Institute is envisioned to be an exemplary academic institution with a world-class platform for research, innovation, and lifelong learning. It will prepare the next generation of global leaders who will significantly contribute to the advancement of India and the world. Despite the pandemic, I am pleased to announce that Geo Institute is all set to commence academic sessions at the campus in Navi Mumbai this year itself. This year, we also launched Reliance Foundation scholarships in artificial intelligence and computer science for undergraduates and postgraduates. Beyond education, sport has been another symbol of hope, a medium to delight and inspire the world in these times. In 2020, our champions, Mumbai Indians, brought in a lot of joy and cheer to millions by winning their 5th IPL trophy. I wish our team all the best for the upcoming second leg of the IPL 2021. Our Football League ISL became the first, the longest and the biggest sporting event to be held entirely in India with complete safety protocols during the pandemic. It took more than 1,600 people in 18 different biobubbles across 14 different locations in Goa to pull off season 7 of the Indian Super League very successfully. Apart from cricket and football, we continue to focus on other sports like athletics, archery, basketball, badminton, and weightlifting. We have reached out to over 21.5 million children through our grassroots initiatives in various sports all across India. We hope to develop a holistic ecosystem that identifies and trains our young champions of tomorrow. Speaking of champions, I would like to wish all our athletes of Team India all the very best for the upcoming Tokyo Olympic Games. On a personal note, in December last year, Mukesh and I became proud grandparents to our dearest Akash and Shloka's precious baby boy, Prithvi Akash Ambani. Thank you all for your good wishes and blessings on this happy occasion in our family. Friends, I am a big believer in the phenomenal power of women. I believe that when women lean on women, incredible things happen. It is my dream and mission to empower every girl in India to write her own destiny. On Women's Day in March this year, we launched a digital platform for women called Her Circle. Her Circle is an inclusive, collaborative, interactive, and socially conscious digital movement. A circle of solidarity, sisterhood, and growth. Reliance Foundation also partnered with USAID to launch the Women Connect India Challenge this year, a partnership that aims to empower more and more Indian women with digital reach and opportunity. Digital technology truly is the backbone of this new world order. Using the power of digital, we also help rural communities safeguard their lives and livelihoods from the natural calamities that affected India this year, be it the floods in Assam and Uttarakhand or the cyclones on our eastern and western coast. Friends, now I would like to take you through the work that Reliance Foundation is doing in our nation's fight against the pandemic. Over the past 15 months, for Mukesh and me, the top priority has been to do whatever we can to help our nation and our people in these difficult times. Reliance Foundation launched 5 missions to fight the virus. Mission Oxygen, Mission COVID Infra, Mission Anna Seva, Mission Employee Care, and Mission Vaccine Suraksha. Let me start with Mission Oxygen. As you all know, India faced an acute shortage of oxygen as soon as COVID cases began to surge earlier this year. Reliance swung into action on a war footing immediately. Traditionally, we have never produced medical grade liquid oxygen. Yet, when the need arose, we repurposed our Jamnagar refinery within days to produce high purity medical grade liquid oxygen. And within 2 weeks, we ramped up production to a massive 1,100 metric tons per day. It would normally take over a year to set up a new medical grade oxygen plant of this capacity. But it was a superhuman effort by our Reliance engineers who put in more than 85,000 man hours of work in less than 10 days to make it possible. They delivered what mattered the most, when it mattered the most. You will feel proud to know that today Reliance is producing over 11% of India's medical grade liquid oxygen, the highest by a single company at a single location. We are providing this pran vayu, oxygen, to 1 out of every 10 COVID patients in India and offering this service to the nation free of cost. For Mukesh and me and every member of our Reliance family, this opportunity to serve humanity is the noblest of all noble causes. Friends, in the oxygen supply chain, we have addressed India's serious bottleneck of tankers. Reliance procured 100 new medical grade oxygen tankers, both from within India and other parts of the world, like Germany, Singapore, Saudi Arabia, Netherlands, Belgium, Thailand, Indonesia, and put them into service within 2 weeks. We also helped in installing oxygen generators in several hospitals across the country to strengthen oxygen availability. I salute all our engineers, doctors, and frontline warriors for working selflessly and tirelessly for Mission Oxygen. Dear shareholders, the key to fighting the pandemic is a strong COVID care infrastructure. That is what we have tried to achieve through Mission COVID Infra. Last year, within days of the coronavirus outbreak, we set up India's first dedicated 250-bedded COVID facility in Mumbai. By the time the second wave hit us, we had set up additional 875 beds for COVID care in Mumbai alone. Across India, we created a total capacity of over 2,000 beds for COVID care, all equipped to provide uninterrupted oxygen supply and totally free of cost treatment. We also launched a COVID testing lab with a capacity of over 15,000 tests per day. The entire medical fraternity are the real heroes of this fight. They have put their own lives at risk to save others, day after day. They have stayed isolated and away from their families and loved ones to care for us. They've worked long hours at a stretch, wearing full PPE kits, but never complained. They've compromised their own health and gone way beyond their call of duty. Dr. Tarang, Dr. Darshana, Dr. Vivek, Sister Aneta, Sister Agnes, Sister Kusum, brothers Chandrasekhar and Omkar, managers Akansha and Kumkum, Shivam, Vikas, Trinet, Mayank, Mayuri, and countless others. They became like friends and families for patients in COVID wards, caring for them, cheering for them, sometimes singing and dancing for them. Their bravery, their selflessness, and their large-heartedness is a tribute to humanity in its purest form. As a community, we owe each and every frontline warrior a huge debt. With folded hands, I salute their spirit of care and sacrifice. A big thank you on behalf of all of us. A heartfelt Dhanyavad. Friends, in the early days of the lockdown, we launched Mission Anna Seva, our commitment to feed the needy, and we extended it to include cattle and stray animals. Today, this commitment has taken the form of the largest meal distribution program undertaken by a corporate foundation anywhere in the world. We have so far provided more than 7.5 crore free meals to marginalized communities, daily wage earners, and frontline workers across the country. Dear shareholders, our next mission, Mission Employee Care, is an expression of our care and concern for the most precious members of our extended family, our Reliance family. संस्कार और मूल्यों के आधार पर हमारा ये विशाल रिलायंस परिवार हमें ताकत देता है, हौसला देता है, प्रेरणा देता है। उसकी हर खुशी में हम साथ हैं और उसके हर दुख में हम हिस्सेदार हैं। When the pandemic started last year, literally overnight, we migrated to a full-time work from home mode. Across Reliance, we made sure that no jobs, no salaries, no bonuses were cut due to COVID. All medical expenses were fully paid and fully paid leaves were granted. It breaks our hearts that in spite of our best efforts, we lost some precious members of our Reliance family to the pandemic. Nothing can fill the void they've left in our minds and hearts. The entire Reliance family stands in solidarity with their families and shares their grief. We remain committed to the family's continued well-being and fulfilling the dreams that they saw together. Towards this end, Reliance will continue to pay the deceased employee's salary to the family for the next 5 years, finance their children's education in India till graduation, and ensure continuity of medical coverage to the family for life. Additionally, a lump sum amount of 10 lakhs will be provided to families of our off-roll employees who succumbed to COVID-19. My prayers, thoughts, and deepest condolences are with every family who has lost a loved one. Om Shanti. Dear friends, our fifth and most critical mission is Mission Vaccine Suraksha. Mass vaccination is India's topmost and urgent priority now. It is the most reliable way out of this crisis. And to achieve this in the shortest possible time, the Government of India has recently allowed private enterprises and hospitals to join the effort. To help speed up the vaccination drive, we have set up 116 vaccination centers in 109 cities across the country. We have made the entire vaccination process very easy and accessible on our physical digital platform, Geo Health Hub. With a click of a button, you can book a slot or download COVID certificates. Reliance Foundation will offer this platform absolutely free of cost to all users. The platform has the ability to scale up to 1 lakh vaccinations a day. That's 1 crore vaccinations in 100 days. We are continuously working to further increase this number. We hope to partner with other corporate and local authorities towards fulfilling the mission of vaccinating all Indians by the end of this year. As we speak, we are already testing this platform with our Reliance family. We are currently vaccinating all 20 lakh of our extended family, including retired employees, partner company employees, and their families, free of cost. Reliance's Mission Vaccine Suraksha is one of the largest corporate vaccination drives in India. Executing this mission on a nationwide basis is a humongous task. But it is our dharma, our duty to every Indian, our promise of safety and protection. Our firm belief that together we can and we will overcome. My dear shareholders, it is so inspiring to see each and every member of the Reliance family come together to do their bit and make a difference. And this journey is made even more fulfilling when we get a thank you message from a mother who recovers from COVID and then reunites with her child. When a senior citizen blesses us for providing essentials at her doorstep. When a migrant family feels that they are not alone in the city. When a doctor or nurse on duty can protect themselves as they receive the PPE in time. When a hungry stray dog feels human compassion. When a daughter stuck far away can provide for her old parents through digital solutions. And children can continue learning and seeing their friends in virtual school. These are moments that make you believe that we are in this fight together. And I assure you that in every challenge that India faces, Reliance Foundation has and will continue to stand with every Indian. Together, we shall overcome, as we always have. Please take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay hopeful. Jai Hind. Thank you.